What's going on, beautiful people? It's your girl, Sheree Robin, a Simon & Schuster bestselling author, editor, publisher, celebrity ghostwriter, all that good stuff. And as always, we are here to talk books, business, and building a life you love. And this conversation is going to continue right on a previous conversation where I can share some information with you about ghostwriting. So that is what we're talking about today. That is this conversation all about ghostwriting. And in the previous video, we talked about what ghostwriting is, what that looks like. And so now I want to share with you what it is to determine that ghostwriting is right for you, right? How do you make that call? What are some of the things that you want to consider when it comes to choosing that route to get your book written? There are so many different ways to go about, becoming a published author, and ghostwriting is absolutely an effective way to make that happen. And like I've said before, I've written numerous books for lots of people, celebrities, athletes, pastors, you name it, industry influencers, all of business owners, you name it. So we've written a ton of books, myself and my team, and there are a certain type of people, right? There are certain qualities that clients who are ghostwriting clients possess, right? They have certain pieces that make them who they are. And so I want to give you these 6 things that really make the decision making possible for all of our ghostwriting clients, right? So what are the determining factors in deciding that a ghostwrite is for you? And so I'm going to give you this based on the things that I know from the clients that we've worked with who have been very successful, 6 and 7 figure success with the projects that we have completed for them. And so here's my quick breakdown of the things that you need to think about when it comes to hiring a ghostwriter. Okay. So, number one, here's the first thing. Is ghostwriting right for you? I would say yes, if number one, you have no interest at all whatsoever in the slightest bit, no genuine desire, no minutia of a concern about learning how to write, right? Like it is nowhere in your desire to want to be a good writer, right? Because there's a difference between a writer and an author, right? Someone who is a writer writes. Someone who is an author has had a book published or something published, right? They are not the same. The two things are not synonymous, right? You can be an author and absolutely not be a writer, right? You can't be a writer, well, and you could be a writer and not have something published, right? So the two aren't synonymous. So a lot of times we meet potential authors, people who want to have a book published and they want their name and their accolades out there, but they do not want to learn how to write it because writing a book requires that you learn how to write a book. Okay, so let's put that out there, right? Number one, you have no interest and no desire in wanting to write a book because writing a book requires that you learn how. Right. And that's something to keep in mind. It's not, you don't just randomly figure it out. There is a process you have to learn and be taught how to write a book and how to write it well. So if you don't want to do any of that, then you might need a ghostwriter. Number two is that you really don't have time for the writing and the revisions, right? So a lot of times we'll meet very busy business owners who do not have the capacity time-wise to sit down and go through this writing process, to go through multiple revisions, to go through numerous edits, to go through the drafting process. Because if you are a writer or if you are in the process of writing a book, most people should understand that that first draft is trash, right? It's going to need lots of rewriting and lots of revision. And so if you're like, I don't have time for that, right? Like that's not even a part of my real life equation right now, then ghostwriting may be something that is a possibility for you. Number three is that you have the income or you have the credit available to make this type of investment, right? Because ghostwriting is not inexpensive. It is costly. You're going to ask someone to spend hundreds of hours working on a manuscript for you. And so most of the clients that we work with who pay for ghostwriting are people who recognize how to make their money make money. So they will make an investment in something of this stature because they have the income, they have the credit, they have it available to be able to invest in something that's going to have a good reward. Okay. So that's the other thing. If you have the income or you have the credit available to make this type of an investment in your business, then yes, you should go ahead and get a ghostwriter. So that's number three. Number four is, in most cases, the most successful ghostwrites that we have are business owners who are already successful, right? Who are already doing well, and they're looking for a book to amplify their success. Right. So they're already speaking, they're already coaching, or they've been in business for 10 or 20 years, and they are already seeing the book as a tool, right? It's a resource for them to double their opportunities, to get more credibility, to get booked on bigger stages, to be seen as an authority in their subject matter, right? Because the root word of authority is author. And so that is a big catalyst in the decision making when it comes to picking a ghostwriter or deciding to get a ghostwrite. Is if you are already successful in business and you see this as an opportunity for you to be able to make money from the opportunity, right? That you're already successful and the book is going to catapult you further into that success. So that's a big decision maker for a lot of the ghostwriting clients that we have. It's like, okay, I know that this book, right? I'm already doing this and I'm at step 1 or 2, but I know a book is going to jump me up to step 10. It's going to push me in front of the people that I want to be in front of. Okay, so that's step number 4. Step number 5 is really a lot of times when people are in that space and they're considering a ghostwrite, is the people who make that decision are people who recognize that the professional help is going to make their lives easier. Right. So we have people all the time who are like, teach me how to do it. I got it. And they will figure it out and we'll support them in figuring it out. But ghostwriting clients are more like, you're the pro. Right. I say this all the time. And it's always my guide clients too. My men are so funny. They're like, nah, I don't want to be stressed out about this thing. I don't want to learn this thing. I don't want to figure this thing out. I recognize that you are very smart. Sheree, you write books? That's what you do? Come over here and write this book for me. And that's kind of how it goes. It is that business mentality, that mindset that says, I don't have to be the smartest person in the room. I don't even have to figure this all out. But hiring a professional eliminates my stress. It removes that burden from me and makes sure that I'm doing it right the first time. And so those are the people who tend to, the saying is, work smarter, not harder. Right. So they recognize that by them putting a professional in that space, it eliminates that stress from their lives. So they want to have that stress-free opportunity. I'll be stressed trying to chase you down, make sure you read the feedback and all that stuff, but they don't be stressed. They don't be stressed at all, right? So if you're like, I want this to be stress-free, I'm gonna pay you to be stressed out. I'm gonna pay you to be stressed out. Then number 5, yes, then you should absolutely get a ghostwriter. And then number 6 is really a big one too. Again, it's for that professionals, for that business owner who is already in position to take this investment, right? Sometimes this 5-figure investment and turn it into a 6-figure asset. Right. It is someone who's already in position, right? You've got your foot in the door. You already can see the opportunities. Like, you know that this book, right, you're right at the precipice of the thing. And you know that this book is going to then turn this thing around for you. So you can see the value already, right? You're already in a position to be speaking and selling 200-300 copies of your book every time you get on stage. So almost immediately that ROI is pretty high and it's pretty fast. Right. So that's another reason why I see most professionals or business owners in this space make a decision to go with the ghostwrite, is because they've already had the opportunities lined up. Right. So it helps them. I want to do this. I want to, be speaking in more places. One of our clients speaking at the Super Bowl. All of these things happen as a result of having the right type of book and being seen as the authority in your niche. And so when you've already started that process, the book just comes in and it just shoots you up to that next space. So those are really the big 6, right? If I could name 6 of the major decision makers, and the reasons why people opt to go into a ghostwrite as opposed to going into coaching, and editing and support, is usually those reasons, right? Quick, fast. I don't have the time, but I have the income. I have the opportunities. I can make money for me very fast. Right, it's going to solidify and move my business further, faster. So think about those things, right? If you are thinking about, is a ghostwrite right for me, right? Do you have the time? Do you have the income to then pay somebody else to be stressed about those things, right? Can you then, if you don't have that, are you able to then just focus the time, and just do the work in this space? Either one gets the result, right? As an editor and a writing coach and a ghostwriter, all of either way, right? If you go with support, it gets you the results. If you go with a ghostwriter, it gets you a result, but it just gets you there faster. It just gets you there faster with a whole lot of less stress on your part. Okay. So I hope that helps. I hope that brings some clarity to the decisions when it comes, or the decision in hiring a ghostwriter. And ghostwriting rates can vary. I'll do another video breaking that down for you soon. But that's important to understand. And this that I'm talking about is specifically for nonfiction authors, right? This is not fiction. We're talking nonfiction, your story, your voice, your experience, your lessons, your tips, your takeaways that bless somebody else's life, those things that position you as the authority, right? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the things that are going to make the moolah, moolah, moolah for you. Okay. All right. So again, I hope this helps. I hope this blesses you real good. If you're interested in getting coaching support, editing support, or if you're interested in getting ghostwriting support, make sure you click the link below, sign up for a free consultation from myself and my team, and we will see you on the shelf, my love. Be blessed and have a great one. See you again soon.